Hey guys, it's Packers G here with a short video of, well, not really short, but more of another episode of Pokemon Competitive Play Help. So today we're going to do two topics in one. So one, we're going to do tiers, and two, we're going to do um, team building. So I will go into basics of team building and then explain what tiers are. So in Pokemon Showdown, you could go into tier format and pick what tiers. So random battles, random. That's not really a tier. You can play competitively in. So OU is overused Pokemon, and then I'll just say what they mean, and then I'll show you what Pokemon are in that tier. Ubers, I don't know what that means specifically, but it's pretty much all of the legendaries. Not all of them, but a good majority of them. And then UU is underused, RU is really used, NU is never used, and LC, I don't know what that is. That looks new. Um, I don't know what that means, but we'll see what it means when we go into here. So then when you go to Team Builder, I use Pokemon Showdown to test the teams that I want to use in real life. So I use the stats and the actual Pokemon and natures, the Pokemon I use, compared to what the Pokemon Showdown suggested me to use. So here we are to Pokemon, what tiers are in what. This is based off of Smogon, I believe, but most people go based off of Smogon because Smogon is more spot on than Hey That Run. But more spot on compared to other places, more like on point of everything. Also, Cerebi.net is another place, or and then Mirrorland, but that Mirrorland isn't as I think it's more for the video game itself. Like I know it has playthroughs and stuff like that, and then Mirrorland um, does other stuff under the same line, but not as like competitive play really. Like he knows what he's talking about, but I mean he doesn't just post the stuff. I believe I'm not 100% sure honestly, but anyways, back to the tiers. So pretty much all the overused Pokemon, like the Pokemon people love, mainly do a great job at what they do and do everything they are meant to do as long as you use them correctly. So A slash I can see why Zero, Bisharp, Berlin. I don't know why Berlin's still in here. I don't really see many people use him, but I think it's just because It's not like a lot of people still use old Pokemon from Black and White on Black and White 2 because that's where since X and Y is still technically new, they bring the tiers, like they switch out Pokemon and put new Pokemon in. Like I don't think there's like a amount of how many Pokemon can be in OU, but it's like what the strongest are and what people actually like to use. So pretty much, like I'll show you my few faves. So one of my top is Zapdos. He's one of my faves. Soon, like I'm gonna start using Civilion in my team because her special defense is crazy. Like take an Ice Beam and lose like 20%, not even 20% of her life if you max it out and have good IVs. And then those are two of them. Smeargle is really good because if you focus sash him and then have a specific plan, he's great. Because I trolled Shiny Umbreon. What I did was I knew he was gonna. He didn't when I first used him. He had his Lucario out, and then I used he hit me. I had focus sash, so I wasn't gonna die. And then I survived 1 HP. I used Spore, put him straight to sleep, and then he thought he's not gonna do anything. So I used Endeavor, and then what Endeavor does. I don't know if that's how you really pronounce it, but it's spelled that way. But what it does is it takes my life and if I use that on an opponent, it will take my life and match it. Like it will match it. So if I have 1 HP, your life will go down to 1 HP. And then what I didn't realize was I didn't realize that one of my moves what actually did damage. Like I thought it was like I read the description and it read that it did damage, and I didn't think it was any damage. I almost killed his Mega Lucario with with a Smeargle. What I use it for is like I could get rid of any one Pokemon with that. So that's what I use it for. And then people love my other favorite is Rotom Wash. He's personally one of my like I normally don't use it, make a team without him. It's either him or Zapdos because I usually put leftovers on Rotom Wash or Zapdos, and I only feel like I should own one of every item and I believe it's a rule. You can have only one of the same. You can't have multiple items. I believe that's a rule, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm still competitive. And then so other basics like a lot of the legendaries are like Landorus. I have a Landorus Therian, but I don't have a regular Landorus. But Landorus Therian is pretty good in competitive play. Latios and Latias are both good. It depends what you're looking for. I prefer Latios, I mean, overall. And then I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's just because he's blue. But then also Mammal Spawn is good, pretty good. Mandibus, I own both these, but like I use both of them in a Sandstorm team, I mean. And if you have Overcoat, Mandibus is great. He has pretty solid defense, and can take a good hit as long as it's not super effective. But normally when it's super effective, it will kill him one hit. Like my Mandibus has never been one-shotted before. And then my other favorite is Garchomp. Everyone knows that, or should know that anyways. And then 80 Slash is another favorite, but I don't normally use him. But pretty much I'll use all the Pokemon that everybody uses. Like mostly all the OU Pokemon now are like Mega forms. Like he was an OU before, because now he has a Mega Evolution. He's in there. Yeah. But Togekiss isn't here because strong as hell for defense. And then Talonflame, he's in there, one of the newest additions to OU. He's really great, fast, and all that. Does a really good chunk of damage. And then Ubers is pretty, like I said, pretty much anything legendary is in here. So, and then the only non-legendary I see is Blaziken's Speed Boost, because Speed Boost is crazy, and Blaziken's already somewhat of a fast Pokemon, but now that he has Speed Boost plus the Mega Evolution, mostly he will be in Ubers because he's an overkill to any other Pokemon. So, not any Pokemon, but a good majority of different typing disadvantages will kill. I don't know what BL is, but I don't even know what that means specifically. But I can see both. Hmm. If you know what that means, I would like to know. Just comment, and I'll most likely see it. But so hmm. This is the third tier, so this can't be too low. Because Salamence is in here. I love Salamence. The Manaphy is in here. I'm really trying to get one. I don't know where. I don't have what's it called? Pokemon Ranger, because I hate Pokemon Ranger and Mystery Dungeon type setups. Like it's not that type. It's not that nice Pokemon game. Really, I like the actual Pokemon games. But I know you need Pokemon Ranger. I don't remember which one, but I know you need one of them to get a Manaphy egg, and then you transfer it over and then catch it. But I want one, so if you have one, tell me. I will trade you pretty much a lot of my and almost anything for it. Unless I love it to death, then I will trade it. But Diggersby, crazy strong, insane strong. Diggerby's though, insane. And then Hawacha's, I think he's gonna be moved up in tiers because X and Y is still pretty new, and he came out in X and Y. If you didn't know that, I believe he should be moved up in tier. So I believe he should be an OU, but I guess he's not being overly used to be an OU. But the people who use him, and he's really good. He's a fighting flying, which is somewhat unique into mixed up. So he can do a different. He can do a good. His move pool is pretty good, and plus his mold breaker ability will do a lot if you have mold breaker. And then I don't know what the other two do, but I know mold breakers are decent on almost any Pokemon. So yeah, and then Klefki is somewhat good too. Staraptor is really getting replaced by I just saw him Talonflame. And then these Tornadus and Thundurus. Thundurus was never really that good, in my opinion. Out of the three, Thundurus, Tornadus, and Landorus, I believe Tornadus is the worst out of the three. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. And then I don't know. It's just these forms aren't that. I don't know. Like Landorus' special form and regular form are both in OU, but these two, and then their Tornadus isn't even in OU at all. And then, but maybe he's just too strong. Is he even in Ubers? No, he's not even in Ubers, so I don't even know. Maybe maybe he personally is the worst out of the three. But in Zygarde, I don't know too much about Zygarde, but he's not like the top notch legendary Pokemon. Like he's a Dragon Ground. I think that's a new mix like out of the legendaries, and then out of the legendaries, and there's other ground dragons, I believe. Like Garchomp is one, and then people believe that he's just not that good of a Pokemon because there's other pokes that could do his job just as good, if not better, out of competitive play. But it's your favorite Pokemon. It's your favorite Pokemon. You do what you want, as long as if you win, you win. It's like nothing. No one can say anything. So then underused Pokemon here are pretty much like I don't see why these are considered underused. Like a lot of people are using these now, but I think that's just because Smogon runs Pokemon Showdown, or Pokemon Showdown gets their information from Smogon, and then most of these pokes are being up to date, like on an average, especially because Pokemon is played 24/7 by almost every a good percentage of every country around the world. So it's not like they could update it like every day. If they could, that'd be pretty cool. But it's not like as serious because if it's not as long as it's in an under tier, like an overuse, there's like nothing you can't really use. I believe Ubers is not allowed in overuse in certain tiers, but anything if you're in OU, which is one of the highest tier, you could take anything under and put it in OU. So you can use any of you use underused Pokemon in overuse. I think certain Pokemon are illegal, like certain setups, not certain Pokemon. Like I know you can use a King's Kong, but it can't be Mega King's Kong because it's just. And then you can use a Gengar, but you can't use Mega Gengar because they're just too overpowered. And I don't know why, but they're one of my faves in general. But yeah, Slowbro, he's freaking great. I had one, I traded it. Stupid mistake. I really want one back. I am working on it, honestly. Scrafty, I just got one. Rotom Heat, I want one, but I have no clue how to really get one. I got a Rotom Wash from a trade, like I think it was Wonder Trade, I believe. I got it from, and then I just had it. Or actually, now that I think about it, I think I gave my friend my Pearl or my Platinum and let him borrow it, and then it could be a hacked Rotom Wash for all I know, but he had it there. He borrowed it, gave it back, and it had it there. So I transferred it to Black 2, and then I transferred it from Black 2 to X and Y, and that's what happened. Anyways, and then Nidoking is great, Metagross Beast. Lucario isn't my favorite, but he's good. He's not bad at all. Jirachi, I don't really know what his job is for. He's a bait. He's like another. He's like similar to Manaphy in a way. It's just he's different typing because his base stats and his move pool is obviously different based on the typing. And then it's his base stats are all 100, just like Manaphy. And then I think Manaphy is pretty much good for the fact that he has hydration and can swallow up any water type move and turn it into something else. I think it's either life or a stat boost. It's either HP or life boost. But Kingdra, Beast, Houndoom with his Mega Evolution Beast. On side note, I believe Kingdra should have a Mega Evolution. Like Kingdra and Houndoom are on the same level of coolness, and I believe Kingdra should have a Mega form. I would look forward to that and Omega Ruby and all that. Even though Kingdra isn't a Hoenn, I believe that's the region, a Hoenn Pokemon. But like it's in the region, but it's not like it didn't come out in that region. But yeah, anyways, I'm just babbling. And then Gudra is really good. Gudra's Beast. I have one. I don't remember. I think my Gudra is like either it's a hydration or a different one. It's something to do. It's like really. It'd be. I didn't realize its nature when I traded it, but I'd probably trade it back for whatever I gave up for it because whatever I gave up can do its job better. And then I have a Fortress. Everyone loves Fortress, but not everybody uses it now because there's so other Pokemon can do his job without dying so fast. Well, if you have a sturdy one, then it doesn't matter. But if you have one that doesn't have sturdy, and then you have the Focus Sash, that's what most people do. But he can normally take a good hit. He's stealing Bug, and then he can set out his rocks. I don't believe he can use Stealth Rocks, or he can't use Toxic Spikes. My bad. I don't think he used Toxic Spikes. But anyways, and then all these other Pokemon. I don't know what Chestnut is. I've never seen Chestnut in a competitive play. I don't like how he looks. That's why I wouldn't use him. But that's just my opinion. I feel like he's like not a complete Pokemon. Like the first form and second form are like the first form's cute. It's supposed to be a starter. It's cute. Second form, it gets a little cool, and then I just don't feel like he's complete. I feel like if he gets a Mega Evolution, then Yes, cool, awesome. If he ever gets one, then that'd be awesome. Hopefully they don't mess it up like they did with Venusaur. But anyways, Alakazam is getting, I guess he got boosted up in the tier because I believe he was RU, rarely used or not used as much because he's beast now with his extra speed boost when he's Mega Evolved. But if he's ever hit, then he's really dead. Like his defenses aren't too good. But if you get him out, he's good. Then Armthros and Arcanine are both beast. Azelf and the other two are pretty good in different ways. Like I know one of them are good for defense, one's good for speed and hitting hard. But if it takes hit, it's fragile. Blastoise is always a beast in my opinion. In my opinion, I feel like the first three starters the original three starters should always be in top. OU. I don't know why Raikkoon's like he's beast. And then Snorlax, Starmie, Swampert, Trevelin's mine. I have a Trevelin. Mine's not a good nature, but mine does its job perfect the way it is, and the Frisk is helpful a lot of the time when I don't know what someone is. I just switch out and take the small hit, and then whatever. And then Kyurem BL2, so I guess that's like a second small. Like Tornadus and Kyurem, I guess, are like illegal. Or Kyurem isn't illegal, but Tornadus isn't as good because Kyurem is good, but Kyurem's two other forms are better. And then the RU, rarely used. I can see, like, this is more on point because I don't see many of these Pokemon in teams. So Moltres is almost equivalent to a Zapdos, but Zapdos just has higher stats and it's a Thunder type and can hit more threats, I guess. And then Rhyperior, I see a couple people use Rhyperior, but Zoroark not too much. Slowking, I have a Slowking. I haven't fully trained it yet, but I'm getting there. Meloetta, I want one. I don't. And a Sharpedo. I want these Shuckle, Sharpedo, and Meloetta. Those are the three Pokemon I'm looking for. Exploud, I have one. I think I still have it. I don't remember if I traded it. I don't think I traded it. I have a Cresselia, but I don't have an XY. I have Pythagoras. Pythagoras is beast. That's why I named Pythagoras G. But Pythagoras is good for defense, and then if you have a Trick Room set or anything like that, like if you have the Trick Room, and then and Will-O-Wisp it, and then since you're going first, you can knock it off and then do a Hex. It's most likely dead unless it's not very effective, but the knockoff will do a decent chunk to anything that's not resistant, and then it'll knock off the leftovers, the Life Orb or whatever you're facing, and then the Hex does more damage. It does a good chunk, like 65 or 70 already, and then I think it doubles or so if the person's status. So if they're toxic or burned or paralyzed or sleep, it does more damage. And then yeah, so it's always a good. That's what I use. That's the set on my Pythagoras. It's Mean Look, so they're trapped. Will-O-Wisp, Knockoff, and then Hex. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. And then this guy is not bad. I think he's just not that good. Like he's not bad, but like he can't take a hit. I think. Like so, I don't know. Bronzong's Beast. Mungus is good. And Bombasno is good in a sense, but I think he's just fragile. Like he looks bulky, but he can't. I don't think he could take a hit. Honestly, mine never lasted very long and got one or two pokes out, which I guess is good. But I don't have many Pokemon that can take us heal very well. So I don't know. I guess that's more my fault than his. Sorry, Bombasno. And then the Ambipom gets rid of Greninja. At least that's what Shiny Umbreon told me. And then like a lot of these Pokemon are actually good. Like more people, more ranged on their own instead of following everybody else. Then I think they would be used more. And then NU is pretty much anything that's never used in competitive play. So that's all the first evolutions, second evolutions, and then Pokemon that just aren't overall good at all. So a lot of these Pokemon I think are just knocked down because nobody likes them or anything. It's like Ninetales, my shiny Ninetales is beloved. I love it. It does a good job. Solar Beam, and then Drought from my Charizard Y. Great. Everything beautiful. And then some Pokemon here are good, some aren't so good. Like Politoed's great, Poliwrath is great, Raichu is good but can't take a hit, Regice, well the three Regis aren't too good. Rotom isn't good by itself unless it has a good form, and then Rotom Fan, I don't see a reason why Rotom Fan is good at all. I don't think he has good, like his special defense is average, or his special attack is average, defense regular average, and his HP and attack is below, and his speed isn't too good at all. Rotom Frost is similar to them, so that's they're the same base stats. So that's probably why they're the same there. And then Sock, I don't know why he's there. I don't know. Tasmatil, Civilia, Sudowoodo, I can see why. If Sudowoodo ever got a Mega Evolution, that'd be pretty decent. But it would have to be, I believe it would have to be Grass Rock. Just because. Wailord is strong. I don't know. He's not really that good competitively, but he's good. And then, don't pay attention to anything under here. Like, these are all second, first forms you would ever use really in competitive play, unless you're just that good and can win with anything, I guess. And then these are unreleased. And then I don't know. I don't even think these are not even real Pokemon. Like not even real Pokemon. So that's what people do. But anyways, so yeah. So those are all the tiers. And now I'm just gonna go over the basics of a team, and then the video will be over. So what a team is consistent of: walls, hitters, and special stuff. So like statuses and stealth rocks and spikes and such stuff under that line. And then so I won't make a team here, but I'll show you what certain things do. So I'll do walls first. So Zapdos is a wall. Leftovers, and then static is impossible to get, I believe. And then so what mine consists of is Roost, Heat Wave, Hidden Power. I don't believe it has any power anymore. Hidden Power Ice. No, that was a different team. Hidden Power Ice, and then Thunder. Even though I believe Thunder, the 7% actually was 110, but I believe, I don't know. It's either your choice between Thunder and Thunderbolt. That's what most people would go. I'll go with the Thunder because that's the most that I have, and then it's bulky Physical Sweeper. This is what you would go off of. This is what mine is set up because mine's pretty old set, but it does the job. And then I'll use my Garchomp. So Garchomp, I guess I'll do make easy. So Garchomp, Rocky Helmet is my set, and then Rough Skin does extra damage, so Outrage, and then he's not a wall, he's like a small wall, and then he does the heavy hitting too. So Outrage, Dragon Claw, my bad, Dragon Claw. Mine doesn't have Stealth Rocks, but I would love to get Stealth Rocks, but I just can't get it because it's impossible. And then I believe it's Earthquake, and then speed and all that is the same. And then another one I put on a team, Rotom Wash, and then Citrus Berry, and then Levitate. If I have both these on the same team, I put Citrus Berry, but normally I put either leftovers on either one, and then I switch. And then it's basically Volt Switch, and then Will-O-Wisp, and then I have Pain Split, and then whatever other move you want. Will Switch, Pain Split. I don't remember the other move. Hydro Pump, that's what it is. You always have to have Hydro Pump on him, I don't know why. He's just so good. And then normally, if that's 3, the other 3 are your other stuff. So Greninja will be your other heavy hitter, and then I would start with Garchomp with the Stealth Rocks, that's your special stuff, and then Zapdos and Rotom are the stuff you would retreat in based off what you're going against. If you're going against an Ice type moves, then you go to Rotom Wash because he can absorb it with his bulkiness from water resistance. Also, if you're going anything against fire related type stuff, you would still go to Rotom Wash, or you can go to Zapdos if you think you could take it. It's all your preference here. And then Greninja, Life Orb, I can't spell, Life Orb. And then Protein, you never use Torrent unless you're doing a different set. I always use Protein because it's always good. And then it's really what you want here. Normally I go extra. I'm not gonna go and type it in. Extra Sensory is what I go to. You turn either always Ice Beam, and then your preference between the last move. You either go to what is it? What I do? Well, I got the Shadow Sneak, but I normally had spikes on it just to get rid of thunder type moves because protein gets rid of the changes your type. So if you went to spikes, it would absorb the thunder. I don't know, something under that line. It's always something under that preference. And then you have that's four, and then you have your two um main people. So I don't know. I guess your main people. So normally that'd be your mega, and then your switcheroo type thing, just in case. I can't think of one on the top of my head, so I'll just say Gyarados is your mega. I never use Gyarados, but I would use the Moxie and then Gyarados and Knight and then Moxie, and then you would have your move pool. So Dragon Dance, I believe, is on him. Um, Waterfall, I know is definitely on him, and then I don't know what else is on him. I'll just babble of the Ice Fang and Outrage. I don't really know his moveset. Or Ice Beam is even better because it takes anything. But that's five, and then your six. I don't really. Then the six is whatever you think you need to balance out the team. So I would normally do something with the rapid spin. So I don't have many Pokemon that know rapid spin. So or I don't even have a TM. So don't like. Out of all the Pokemon I know, you either use the Defog or the Rapid Spin. You can't get Defog in X and Y. So unless you already have one that you brought from another game, you would normally use the Rapid Spin, or you would just work around it. If you don't want to go through all that, you could just work around it. But I would use the Blastoise normally for a rapid spin, but that's just your preference. Or you could go to what's the place? He was in. I just saw him. We just talked about him. Fortress. Fortress is his name. I don't know. I forgot. Or you can go with Fortress. He knows he can learn rapid spin quite easily. That's what most people use him for, rapid spin or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much the basis of a team. Your wall is your special hitters, your main attackers, and then your technicals. So that's what a team is. Sorry, I made the video longer than I meant to. I didn't realize how much there is to cover and how many side conversations I get distracted very easily. But yeah, so Fabulous G is out. Like and subscribe and comment. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks. Bye.